I never wanted revenge. Until he made me need it. Prologue. They say the most brutal revenge grows from the deepest love. I never believed that. Until I lived it. My name is Rachel. And this is the story I never planned to tell anyone. It's about the man I gave the best years of my life to, the lies he built our relationship upon, and how everything collapsed in one single moment. But it's also the story of how I crawled back from the ashes, and paid every debt back. With interest. Part 1. A Love That Blinds. I met Liam at 22. Tall, dark, annoyingly charming, and with that smile that makes you forget to think straight. I fell hard. Too hard. 3 months in, he moved into my apartment. I didn't notice how smoothly he cut me off from my friends, my routine, my world. It felt romantic. I want you all to myself, he said. It wasn't romantic. It was a warning. Early red flags I ignored. He needed to know where I was every minute. Followed all my friends, to keep an eye on them. Meanwhile, he had tons of female friends. Never paid a bill but acted like he owned the place. But when you're in love, you see the world through a filter. Everything looks softer than it is. Part 2. Cracks you can't hide. The first real crack appeared when I got promoted. He said, greater than, you should thank me. Without me, you'd have no motivation. Another time, when I wanted to buy myself a car. He said, greater than, why would you need a car? Let's buy one for me. I'll drive you. I laughed. I honestly thought he was joking. 2 weeks later he came home with a new car, bought with my credit card. Hope you're not mad, babe. We're a team. A team, right. Little did I know he had other teams too. Part 3. The day everything fell apart. The universe has a funny way of revealing truth. For me, it happened because my laptop fell and cracked. I took it to a repair shop. 30 minutes later, the technician called me over. Ma'am, did you create this folder? The folder was titled Backup_Liam. Inside were screenshots, photos, voice memos, 2 years worth of conversations. I wasn't breathing. He had been messaging dozens of women. Not just flirting. Dates, nudes, pet names, plans. To some he wrote, greater than, ignore my roommate if she's around. She doesn't matter. To others, greater than, she's my ex. Still kind of obsessed with me. And to a few, greater than, Rachel. Oh. That's my sister. My hands were shaking the whole drive home. He was playing video games when I walked in. Screaming into his headset, laughing, living his perfect lie. I stood at the door, watching him, the man I thought I knew, and something inside me snapped clean in half. I packed my things. He didn't even notice until I closed the front door. Part 4. Hatred takes root. Night 1. I slept in my car. Night 2. At a friend's. Night 3. At my mom's. Everyone told me to move on. 2. Heal. 2. Let karma handle it. But karma is slow. And I wasn't. He stole from me. Used me. Humiliated me. Lived in my house. Drove my car. Spent my money. And told other women I was no one. That's when the hatred began to take root. Cold. Quiet. Sharp. I didn't want him back. I wanted him to feel. Part 5. Revenge. The smart kind. Everything I did was legal. But God, it was effective. Step 1. The bank. I filed a fraud report. Provided screenshots and video evidence of him using my card. The bank froze the debt and transferred the entire amount, plus penalties, to him. Step 2. The apartment. The lease was in my name. I changed the locks while he was at work. Filed a notice through the proper channels. When he returned, screaming and pounding on the door, The police explained to him that he no longer lived there. Step 3. His job. Among his messages was a long exchange with a married co-worker. I didn't send it to her husband. I sent it to HR. His company had a strict policy. He was let go for conduct damaging to the workplace environment. Step 4. The group chat. I made a group chat with every woman he talked to. Sent proof. Explained everything. The collective block he received could have shattered a lesser man. Step 5. The final touch. I packed all his belongings, the old sneakers, stained shirts, cracked favorite mug, and left the box at his new place. On top, a note: "Thank you for teaching me to fall in love with actions, not potential." Epilogue. A year and a half passed. I never saw him again. Last week one of the girls messaged me, greater than, "Hey, saw Liam delivering food downtown. He looked rough." I don't celebrate his downfall, but I do celebrate this. The day I stopped being silent, I stopped being his victim. That was the real revenge. The rest, just bonus points.